Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. We're playing as Trianne today, and it's so interesting to me as well. Like, I think that this is something I'm not imagining. I think sometimes maybe I am imagining it, but like sometimes the smaller characters feel way faster. But then some of the taller characters feel like a little bit more slow. And not in a bad way, I mean in terms of like, you know, the weight of their movement. And I think it probably is just like in actuality a thing. Which maybe only slightly, but maybe I'm just also going crazy. Who knows?
Use the spindle to connect everyone.
All can be true. So to collect these
There will
dolls?
be an amazing captain on that big ship. She's cheerful, optimistic, bold, and cautious. She'll be able to get everyone together.
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing! Can I be the captain?
Is this talking about Aglaya?
Of course you can. But you'll find someone else who's better for the job.
I wonder.
I think that person lives in a beautiful temple that sits atop a hillside covered in golden fig trees. There's a noble girl there who's very smart, but also very
A noble
delicate.
girl.
Just like Mama?
Perhaps. But before we find the captain, the ship also needs someone who can navigate it. Who could that be?
Let me think. I know! She's Trianne!
Chibi?
I named this doll after myself?
So the doll's name is Trianne?
I don't remember it all. Is this a dream or something that happened in the past?
Yeah, interesting. Well, interesting question for me as well, right? Because if you're asking these questions, I'm definitely asking these questions too. So they talked about a captain to steer the ship. They talked about, you know, a noble lady as well. I went to like Aglaya in my mind, just as someone like, you know, symbolically steering the ship. But maybe it'll be more apparent as you go forward.
Am I dreaming?
Is it because of this is what you're dreaming?
I used to sit here and listen to Mama tell stories. Oh, how I wish to see you again,
Oh man.
Mama.
This is very, very sad, right? 110%. Because we can use all the other words we can use for sad, but I think it's just directly sad. It really is. It feels like, I don't know. You can already feel for Trianne, is how I feel. And I feel like they're doing a very good job of expressing how much she misses her mother and how much of a connection they had.
It's packed full. Mama must have left all of these for me. All the words are blurred out. Could it be that my memory is fading?
That's an interesting perspective on that, right? For sure, isn't it? That it's a memory fading rather than anything else.
Chest, you can't lock me away.
Bad chest.
Huh? Why is this doll inside a chest? It's holding a sword. Why?
It's interesting that the first one had a like thread that binds everyone together, and this one has a sword, right?
Many years later, many brave warriors will board this ship. They're skilled combatants who fear no danger.
Right, and like maybe again, I could be going like completely left field with this and completely wrong about this, but it makes me think of Mighty and Phainon, right?
Ooh, I can learn how to fight too and protect everybody.
Or it could be like symbolizing the three sides of Trianne as well. It could definitely be doing that as well. Maybe it could be both.
Silly girl. You're Anaxagoras' holy maiden. It's not your duty to fight. There will be many others to protect you.
Which is ironic that, like, in the end, the only thing that saved us pretty much from the guy in the black cloak was one of the triplets.
All right. Then where will they come from?
I believe one warrior hails from a lovely
Yep,
village
there we go.
where bulrushes flourish, while another comes from a magnificent royal city. Though each has their own troubles, both are ready to lend their strength for the ship's long voyage.
This kind of confirms it to me then, right? That's Phainon and Mighty. Yeah, this to me says Mighty, at least for Magnificent Royal City, and the idea of the lovely village. To me, that sounds like Phainon from the place that he came from. It could be like symbolizing, but then again, if I always say I could be wrong just because I get, these are all interpretations, I suppose. But they both have their own troubles, and they're both ready to steer, lend their strength for the ship's long voyage.
In that case, let Trianne fight by their side.
So Trianne is the other name?
This way, they'll always stay on course. How could I have known the name Trianne back then?
Interesting, yeah, like the name of their not alter egos, but the fractions of them, I guess. When they were separated. She knew the names all the way back then.
Was it just a coincidence? Or...
Interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the thread might be Aglaya. And I think the sword might be Phainon and Mighty. While when they said there was someone to help navigate, or I forget what the actual phrasing was, but help Aglaya, then that would be Tribi, right? So then what's this third one over here?
Learning can change your destiny.
Learning can change your destiny?
A blackboard? And what is that drawing?
It's like a spaceship.
Doesn't ring a bell at all. Perhaps it's just a childhood doodle.
Doodle. That's a doodle? So we're learning that Tribi was that person in class that would, in our class, that would draw like a masterpiece and just be like, it's just a sketch. And you're like, what are you talking about? It's not just a sketch. Let's see the last one then, which is...
When navigating at sea, you need to know both astronomy and geography.
Okay.
Isn't Yanis's knowledge enough?
Oh, sweetie. The ocean isn't like the land. It's easy to get lost. That's why it's important to learn to recognize the miracle of Aquila.
So the Aquila, the Sky Titan.
Alright. Even though my brain is already super duper smart, I'll still try my very best.
Circe also favors children who try their best. They will send a wise scholar as everyone's teacher to help you reach your dreams.
So a wise scholar. Again, I'm thinking this could be just a way to symbolize like the tree fractions, right? But I think in some way it also does relate to the idea of Anaxagoras in a way, right? Someone who is, I mean, I guess he's more of a scientist than a scholar. I guess. Because I think the combat one's now thinking about it. Because again, I think it's like easy to not think of Castorus as a combat person, but I think it could be Castorus Phainon Mighty as the combat. And maybe the scholar could be Anaxagoras.
I want to be a teacher too. Oh, wait. I'm super duper smart. So I want to be the teacher's
Or it could,
teacher.
it could just be the fractions of the three, the fractions.
Why not? But if you're going to be a teacher, you might need to tone down that hyper energy of yours.
Then Trianne can do it. She's well behaved and would make a great teacher.
There we go. So Trianne is the teacher, right?
Mama and the others always said that I had a great memory. But now, I can't even tell if this is a memory or a dream.
That's terrifying. That is terrifying, especially like when you're in such an uncertain time as well.
Come, let's line them up.
Yeah, like again, I please allow me to have interpretations and stuff because I know you guys will. You guys especially will. It's one of the situations where I will get stuff wrong. I will make mistakes, and that's part of the fun for me. Like I don't want to play a game where like I keep my mouth shut just in case I might be wrong. That's not fun because being wrong can be fun as well. Here's like that's where they're placed. Okay, I thought it was like a big coffee maker or something.
Set them on this music box and let them compose a melody for our song.
music box? What's that?
Sweetheart, are you still groggy from your nap? You invented it.
This must be terrifying. Not knowing exactly what's happening and then having the voice of your mother be like, "Oh yeah, you did this, honey. This was you."
I invented it? What does it do?
Oh, my lovely Treevy. You're usually so bright. What's gotten into you today?
She's scared, that's what. This would terrify me.
Well, you might as well see for yourself. Put your good friends on it and see the wonders it can do.
Put the dolls on.
So you place the dolls.
It's
Very adorable dolls.
rotating, and I can hear something.
That's right. It's a music box. If you place the dolls in the right spots, it will start rotating and play beautiful music. Out of all your inventions, this one is my favorite.
It's a really beautiful idea. Like, it's really adorable too. But like, I think you guys like probably would agree. Like, even with all the adorable aspects of this whole thing here, it's hard not to feel like a little bit of like worry, a bit of dread. There's like, there's a weirdness about this, right? Like, and it could just be a thing where like it turns out to just be something very dreamlike and melancholic. But there's always a thing in your back of your mind of like, this, if this doesn't feel right to Treeby fully, then it's not going to feel right to me fully. You see what I mean?
I don't remember.
Like, there's something about it, even if it's not terrifying. There's something about it that just makes you feel like, what's happening here? You know, you keep asking yourself that question too.
It's all right, my child. I'll sing along to the tune, and it will help jog your memories. Happiness abounded in this lush land by God's chosen. Giants raised their glasses in a toast, beheld by the 12 constellations.
I thought she was going to sing.
3 carved the heavens and the earth. 3 wove the threads of fate. 3 molded life with their hands. And 3 guided calamity's gate. They declared the world too unstirring, hence wished endless laughter upon the living.
Isn't this the thing that wasn't this the thing they sang to us at the start, wasn't it? Yeah. It's all the things the Titans did before. Yeah.
Thus you and I were created, with words and song to weave, and love and intimacy to give. Thus creation was complete. Who then will bear the weight of humanity's souls, to lighten the steps of the living as a whole? O great Kephale, all-knowing Father of stature so tall, yet low does their gaze willingly fall.
So like, even though they're gigantic, they're holding up the world. They're gazing at the world. They're taking the time out of their busy schedule to still like turn their gaze towards the world.
With light of dawn heavy upon their shoulders, golden blood spills unto the land, converging into a boiling river that flows to the heroic heirs of this
The Golden Ichor, right? Creating Chrysosairs. What the hell?
What's going on?
What the hell? What the hell just happened? That is like out of a freaking horror movie. You know those moments in a horror movie where like they'll flash something on the screen to express like a either like a sharp image appearing in someone's mind or something like that? It felt like sickening almost. Like, what the hell is that?
Oh yes, please lend me your ears.
Oh no. Is it turning backwards?
In the black mist, as death and fate draw close. On the bloodied earth, the living dead, but ghosts.
What are you talking about? In the black mist, so that's the tide? All the living and dead become ghosts?
What is this world?
Jesus freaking Christ, this is actually really freaky.
Like fate. What is this world? A silent lament without a trace.
What are you doing? What is this world? It mirrors your maze like... I didn't catch the word, so we're going to play it again.
What is this world? It mirrors your maze like fate.
Fate.
What is this world? A silent lament without a trace.
A silent lament. Even the voice is going crazy.
What is the past? Wandering ghosts that linger. What is the future?
The voice is crazy.
Scattered by fate's finger.
What is the future? Souls scattered by fate's finger. Like... the idea that like all these... Look at poor Trianne. It's like the past is still lingering. There's ghosts of the past. The future is just, we don't even know anything. Everyone's fate is scattered.
What is the start? A voyage born in solitude. What is the end? The spirit, lonely and subdued.
Jesus freaking Christ, the way they're doing the voice acting here as well. This is out of a horror game. This is straight out of a freaking horror game. When you're born, you start your journey alone. The end is... also lonely.
Lonely and subdued. And subdued.
Oh my god, what the hell? This is a horror game!
Subdued.
Please, someone wake Trianne up out of this. And then her alone in the end? Would you say that's a representation? Yeah, it's a representation of her in the end, like being alone. And I wonder if it relates to the idea of the reversal of age for her other fragments as well. How she's so worried about them disappearing, how she's so worried about being able to say goodbye even. Oh, look at them all appearing as well.
Hurry, run, Trios, run.
Jesus Christ, this is actually straight out of a horror.
The tide has arrived.
The Black Tide. This is directly out of a horror movie.
Where can I go?
All the different trees appearing everywhere too. It's not just, by the way, I like this, like all these flashing images are scary. It's disorienting. It like makes you feel like, you know, as clouded as Trianne feels right now. It doesn't feel real. It makes your heart pound. You're making me walk through this? Oh my god, and all the different like dolls everywhere as well. Some bigger than others, some smaller. I think definitely referring to the reversal of the ages as well. Oh my god. This is so... What?
Why?
What? And some of them are floating as well.
This is the sacrifice of a holy maiden.
Why is there blanked out words too? This is sacrifice. She called us the Holy Maiden of Ionopolis, right? Called Trianne that.
Make it to the
Stop.
only one person can.
Wait, only one person can?
I know.
She's saying I know, like she already knew this.
It's fine if we can't reach the end. Our minds are made up.
Go. Bid your farewell.
Stop. The sound design in this is incredible too, but bid your farewells to trio. Is it trivios? Just the trivios. But they cut out the words here as well. Look at there's like all blank parts here. Like they said here that like you won't make it to the end. Only one person can. Does that mean only one of the fragments, or literally one person? Only one individual can make it to the end of this.
Time is running out.
This is insane.
Mama, are you going to leave me?
My sweet girl. I will never leave you.
There's nothing comforting about this scene. There's nothing comforting.
But remember this, Trivios.
She like got engulfed in flames as well?
All shall bid farewell to one. And that person alone will witness the miracle.
With this music as well, only one shall live to the end and they will witness an era nova? Jesus. what are we doing?
Since your mind is made up, then traverse the black tide and dispel the fog for Amphoreus.
Treby looks way more determined, right? I don't know how she is. This would make me curl up in a ball. I'd be in a corner. Already.
I shall see you tomorrow, my dearest Trebius.
Tomorrow? This was a masterpiece in a horror. And then she wakes up screaming mama as well. What? Because here's the thing, like, the horrors of this aren't just like the visual aspects, which are already really well done. You know, changing something that seemed very gentle but a bit eerie into something that's really sharp and scary and like so in your face and so like mind-bending and melting. Like, it's intentional, right? 100%. But then like also like the music design in this, the sound design in this, the way they warped her mother's voice, all really incredible stuff, the way that all the dolls appeared. But I think that they like had Treby play this so freaking well, where again she was like, is this a dream, is it a memory, what am I looking at here, what is this? She was kind of just thinking, you know, very weary about it. And then like when everything started to turn, you could hear the fear in her voice, the uncertainty. But then there was like this weird determination at the end of like a knowledge of like, I know what I have to do. Are they saying that by the end of this there'll only be one Treby? Or they could be saying there's only one person at the end of this journey in terms of the fight against the Black Tide? Regardless, that scene was so masterfully done in terms of just like making this a scary experience.
Are we still in a dream?
Because we know the fears that Treby has when it comes to Trianne and Trianne, right, is the one phrase that keeps, you know, rattling around in my brain constantly, which is, will I get to say goodbye? You know?
Did you have a nightmare?
Please, Aglaia, help her a lot. Because when I was thinking about the different dolls, my first thought was like, is this like a symbol of the different people, Aglaia, Phainon, maiden, Castoris? But the thing is, like, they mentioned only 2 people for the sword and 1 scholar. Unless Castoris is a scholar, and I just like maybe like misinterpret the idea of like who she, because I always just think of her as different from a scholar, I guess. But that could be it, though. But then I started to think maybe it's just representing the 3 different sides of Trebios. The way one is more combat-oriented, but then they said 2 people. That's the thing. So that leads me to believe that it could be either by the end of this journey there's only going to be 1 of the fragments, or at the end of this journey there's going to be 1 Chrysosaur. And with the Chrysosaurs moving on after a while as well, I wonder if there's something to do with it as well. Really, really cool stuff. I hope we get to hear more about it.
Maybe. But it's been a long time since we had any dreams.
It's not yet the entry hour. You still have plenty of time to rest.
Oh my god, that feeling when you wake up before your alarm.
No. Our heart is
That's the
still
worst.
racing.
I'm not saying I would ever have a dream like that, but do you ever have a bad dream and you wake up and all of a sudden you feel like the most awake ever, but then it hits you like hours later how tired you are. But your heart is racing at the time and you can't do anything about it, so you have to just like, you know, check your phone or get up for a bit, you know?
It must be that reckless Kremnoan soldier who startled Trianne.
Oh.
And you as well. If you want, I can pierce through his chest with the golden thread right now.
That's actually cute. I don't care when it says that's cute.
Aggie, cut it out with the
No,
scary
that's
talk.
cute. That's definitely cute. Honestly though, like I think Kratos just like gets away with too much. Like if you really think about it, he kidnapped a Chrysosaur, and then like, you know, the game was like, well, no, he like didn't do any violence to do it. It's like, no, he still should have been like, you know, jumped. Like he really should have been. And of course we understand his emotional plight and all this stuff too. But you're never gonna get me to really like that character. After what he's put everyone through.
I'm just kidding. If I were serious, I wouldn't have waited until now.
True. I think it's adorable. Any person that says I'll kill someone for you, awesome. Really cute.
Do you want to talk about the dream? Keeping it bottled up is not good for your
I agree.
health.
I definitely agree.
We dream about Mama.
And she opens up right away.
The dream itself
makes sense.
was nothing. It's just the timing that feels a bit unsettling.
And I wonder if the timing is almost losing, or feel like she's losing one of the parts of herself. She almost lost Trianne or Trina. I always get mixed up with the two names. A kidnapping that just happened as well. And of one of her fragments. The black tide is encroaching further. Like all this feeling of like, you know, it kind of is all, you know, rolled into one. The timing of it makes it very, very scary.
You mean...
It's Trianne.
Trianne, there you go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Even if we refrain from ever using the power of the Century Gate again, her soul continues to slowly drift away from her body.
So I guess it is the idea that there will only be one, could just be with Treeby then. Not just, you know what I mean?
Time left.
It's a heartbreaking story. It really is.
It wouldn't be such a bad idea to let her relinquish her role as the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And live out her days as a carefree
But I
child.
wonder how she feels about that though, you know what I mean?
You have a point, Aggie, but our decision has already been made on that
And that's
matter.
what we saw in the dream as well. The idea of, you know, when she reached out her hand, she's like, I know what our mission is.
I believe there's still another way.
Souls will be spent until they dissolve into dust. Such is our
So that's what the
fate.
dream means. The dream is there will be only like one of them left by the end.
Once we had a whole and connected body. If that body were a tree, then its trunk and branches would share the same fate, decaying at the same pace. Now we are fragmented into numerous selves. Despite the absence of a trunk, we are offered another possibility. We can choose how our branches will perish in a way that is most beneficial to the flame chase journey.
Interesting. So the idea of like, even though like this is something that's going to be so heartbreaking, even if this is something that isn't the most like beneficial thing all the time for us, but at least we get to choose how our branches perish. At least we get to choose how we go out. And this way we're doing it for this prophecy. We're doing it for something we believe in. We're like in the dream, we're helping fight back the black tide, and we're helping utter in the Genesis prophecy? I forget the actual term, but yeah.
Compared with saying farewell to one person, watching many fade away before me is even more sorrowful.
It's horrible.
But advancing is the destined end of Yanis's trial. There's no retreat in our path.
So to them, it's like no looking back. Keep going.
Don't feel sad about saying goodbye to
Stop.
us. We've already agreed on this, right?
Jesus, man. Because I can definitely like feel the way like Aglaia is feeling with this one line here as well. The idea of like, compared to saying a farewell to one person, watching many fade before me is even more sorrowful. The idea of someone fading away is difficult, right? Because I think that like no matter what, if you lose a loved one in a instant accident, it is going to rip you apart for the rest of your life, right? But I think that, you know, the idea of watching a loved one fade away is also going to be super, super difficult. And some people say even more difficult, watching them slowly fade away. And in this case, like she's watching as, you know, her most trusted confidants, and let's just be honest here, basically her children at this stage. You know what I mean? Like these characters that she's looked after and cares for and helps all this time too. Like she's watching as one of them basically continues to fade away, at least. And then, you know, it's from what we get from the vision, you know, it might be because after that the power passes down to someone else, right? In one of the fragments.
It won't be long before I forget what sorrow tastes like.
Is that possible?
So, what would you like for breakfast, Aggie?
What a transition. Yeah, like honestly, like really masterfully done. And I do like the idea of Aglaia offering counter solutions to this as well. Because I feel like it's one of those things where like it shows that while Aglaia is all for the idea of protecting Amphoreus above everything else, that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a heart. That doesn't mean that she doesn't have it in her to have compassion and understanding, and also like her own feelings too. I imagine that like she doesn't want to watch as Trianne fades away, you know?
What? Where did
Yeah, it's a
that
quick
come
transition,
from?
isn't it?
After all this talking, we're feeling a bit
Hell yeah, get some food.
hungry. Plus, it's nearly the entry hour now.
Yeah, entry hour is dawn, okay? Get some food.
Do you remember when we first met, Aggie? You were still a little one, and we caught you secretly eating oatmeal late at night.
Oh my god, that's very adorable.
While my emotions might be fading, those memories are still as vivid as ever, teacher.
No, it's very cute, isn't it?
Please, let me do it. What would you like to eat?
It's fine. Leave it to us. You should rest for now. It won't take long, and we'll call you when it's done.
And I'm not saying that, like, actually I am saying 100% Aglaia plays favorites, 100%, which again makes her more human, makes her more interesting character. Her love for this trio is on a level that, you know, is to me akin to the love you have for a close, immediate family member. You know, it really is that way, and you could see that. Because the thing, I've no doubt she cares about maiden and Phainon and Casters. We've seen like she has like a lot of like care for the people of Amphoreus. 100%. She, you know, totally. So when I say she plays favorites with these three gals, that's not me saying it's a bad thing. To me, it's she's showing like a human side of her, which is to express her love in a very honest way, I think. To me, anyway.
In that case, thank you.
And it makes the relationship more special to me, too.
Then, see you tomorrow, Aggie.
It's really, really, really special. Oh my god, you okay?
Nevertheless, that nightmare is ominous. Memories are slipping away. Even the image of Mama.
So even like her vision of her mother was clouded, which is terrifying, too.
Just as expected, another trip must be made into the abyss of fate. Hopefully Orynyx will be willing to help us.
Oh, okay, so she's saying she wants to get some clarity on this. Her memories are fading more and more. Man, this is so well done. At the same time, Summer Okema. Like, I don't know, like, I didn't... Oh! Phainon and Anaxagoras, this is such an interesting combo. Really interesting combo. You have like, you know, a heroic Phainon up against the very like prickly Anaxagoras. Just to say about the tribute stuff there, I think that I'm not surprised that this is done really well once again. What this Amphoreus has done is similar to what Penacony I feel like has done as well. Which is integrate the quest and story quest and character moments into the actual story, which at first I was a little bit like worried about because I love story quests. But I actually think they did a good job. Like you have these like mini story quests here with Maiden or Phainon and all these characters and Castras, and you have your time with them, and it really feels like a story quest in themselves, but it's integrated so well into the story that I don't usually realize until afterwards that it felt like that's the story quest, but it's implemented in the story. It feels very natural. It really does. It's really cool. I was very worried about it because I love story quests, is what I'm saying. I love doing story quests, and companion quests is what they're called, right? I love doing companion quests. But I think they've actually integrated them very well.
Long time no see, Professor Anaxa.
It's Anaxagoras.
Who are you?
He said, I don't know you. Bro, I don't even know who you are.
It's been a while. I'm the one who once
Yeah, she went to
overthrew
school
the
there,
entire
right?
classroom in that spiritual physics lecture.
Mighty and Castras and Phainon all went to school together.
Oh, it's you.
You remember some of that? What was the exact description of what he did? Overthrew the entire classroom. Okay, like overthrew, like he had a rebellion?
No way. Do you really still remember that, Professor?
Oh my god, Phainon.
I remember that glib tongue of yours. What brings you here? Surely you're not here to reminisce.
This is so funny that like he's like, who the hell, like that's like, who the hell is this guy? Who are you? I'm the guy who did this once in your class. Oh, this guy. Not this guy. Yeah, we love Anaxagoras' design, by the way.
You could tell.
Of course. You only beat around the bush when you have a hidden agenda.
Oh my god, he said, what do you have planned? I'm still stunned by how cool Anaxagoras looks. I really love his design.
That's not true. I'm here to seek enlightenment, as always.
Oh, some information possibly.
Could you please teach me everything you know about the black-robed swordmaster?
Of course that will be on Phainon's mind. And he's probably heard about the black cloaked swordsman right now, right? He's already, or I guess robed. He's probably already heard about them, right? Like, or what they just did at the, with Anaxagoras.
Rumors
Yeah,
sure
100%.
travel fast.
Because, like, I think that's actually not a bad idea for the story. Because I think, like, one of the things that, like, I get really frustrated by in terms of, like, movie criticism is some people go, like, wait, when did he find out about that? And it's like, sometimes you have to, like, you know, think and just be like, hey, it makes sense that he would hear about this off camera. You know what I mean? Sometimes that happens. Just because we didn't have a scene where someone walks up and goes, Phainon, the black-robed person fought with Anaxagoras and Stell at the Grove, right? Like, that would be more unrealistic to me because there's no way in hell that the rumors of the black-robed swordman did not reach Phainon by now. You know what I mean? There's no way it wouldn't reach him.
Unfortunately, I too
To be
know
honest.
nothing about it. I can only tell you that it is clad in a black robe and wields a greatsword. At least, it looks like a greatsword. It's shaped like a twisted half-sun.
That's so freaking cool. That's so freaking cool. I love the way he tilts his head like slightly as he's talking to him. It's like a nice little quirk.
And a peculiar dagger resembling a crescent moon.
Does any of this ring a bell, Phainon?
By the way, take this with you.
Anaxagoras giving him the fragment of the black cloak, right?
I got it from the sneak attack. It's yours now.
Sure. Like, yeah.
I was right. It is this thing. The one who torched
Oh,
Aedes
man.
Elysiae to the ground. And killed everyone.
And it's interesting that, like, when he heard about the sword and he maybe touched the cloth even as well, like, that's what made him go like, oh yeah, this is who it was. How does that play in your mind and your heart? Because what would go through your head at this moment is reliving that time. And now knowing that that revenge that you kind of put to the side this whole time as well is coming back into your brain. Right? Because, like, the thing is, like, we 100%, like, you know that a part of Phainon's character is the side of his brain that wanted revenge for what happened, and the side of his brain that wanted to protect, to become a Chrysosaur and fight for Aglaia and for Amphoreus. Like, it to me, like, if you ever have like something emotionally traumatic happen or emotionally even something on the base level, something that's difficult, right? Let's say even like on the base level of a friend, it stops talking to you. It's easy to avoid those emotions when you don't see that friend. But once you actually now see know and feel that thing coming back, all of a sudden it becomes much harder to avoid your emotions.
Don't try to be a hero. No one in Akama stands a
Love that he
chance
said
against
this.
that thing right now.
Love that he said this. Because he still gets to be Anaxagoras, who's very stern, it feels like very prickly, but he says in a way that's still very supportive. He basically just said, like, don't go dying. Don't die.
Is that what the Titan said as well?
Not at first. But the god relented after having had a taste of its power. Even with the god possessing me, I couldn't fight against that.
And that's
blade.
crazy. Because, yeah, Cersei was so ready to fight. And to even have Cersei now would be like, yeah, I can't fight against it, you know?
That incredible power doesn't seem to be granted by any Titan.
Also terrifying. Unknown powers. Terrifying.
Are you suggesting that it originates from beyond Amphoreus?
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
It's possible. Much like the Black Tide, no?
Do you think that they got a power of the Black Tide?
Nonetheless, it's an enemy we must overcome.
We? Drop the pipe dream, Phainon. No one wants to see you fall by their blade.
This is great. This is so fantastic. And Anaxagoras, like, saying the truth, which is like, Like, I totally get that you want to fight against him. I totally get that you would want to defeat him. But there's not a single soul in here that can afford to lose you. That wants to lose you.
Their mere presence will endanger the holy city and the flame chase.
Yeah, no, that's not wrong. We're not wrong about this.
You know that I don't believe.
You don't believe in the so-called prophecy. Yep. I know. However, I'm here to
Beautiful
seek
music
your
again, isn't it?
assistance, not at the request of Aglaya or Trevi.
Just as Phainon himself?
I just want to eliminate a threat to the city
Wow.
I'm pledged to protect. That's all. The tragedy at the Grove must never happen again.
And I wonder if if Anaxagoras will appreciate this more. Seeing his determination, knowing that it's not just to die for a prophecy. Now, like, again, Anaxagoras would 100% be against that. And I love that he was kind of pushing against this, like, don't die for this. Don't lose yourself. Nobody wants to see you die.
Take a seat. Since you are sincerely seeking enlightenment.
I love this. I love this. Because again, it's one of those things where like there, of course it's gonna be pushback for Anaxagoras on this. Of course he's gonna see like this whole thing of the flame chase something being kind of like less than in his eyes in some ways, or something he doesn't fully believe in. But it shows Anaxagoras' character is someone who can see the fire in somebody and can assess somebody's wants or their determination, or even like their beliefs maybe as well, and kind of like reassess his own feelings in that too. He's not someone who's unreasonable. He's not someone who's just like completely demented and aggressively mean to people. He thinks highly of himself. But we can see here in this moment, he also like appreciates this kind of sentiment from Phainon and was able to reassess everything in his mind and be like, okay, let's help you out here, you know?
I suppose I can tell you one more thing.
Soon after in the Abyss of Fate, are we going to see Trevi again? Oh, Trianne!
What's wrong, Trianne? Nothing. Just remembering what happened at the Grove.
These three are about to become the most heartbreaking characters in this whole world, aren't they? I can just feel it just looking at them.
Monster in the black cloak. So scary. Everyone in danger. Nightmare. I can't forget.
And this is so understandable. Like, I don't know how anyone... Like, the Grove was a traumatic experience.
Don't be scared. There are no bad guys here. Didn't you save everyone with the Century Gate, Trianne?
She did. She's the reason we're all alive.
Trianne threw it away. Far, far away.
Oh.
It's never coming back.
What's so sad about this is also just the way she said that. Like, the emotion in her voice, it's very childish. Because she's a baby, right? The idea of just like, hey, throw it away, we threw it away, right? But we know this ain't true, right? We as like fans of this game and fans of writing and know that like you don't just introduce a villain to have them just disappear a little bit later. We know this isn't true. We know they're coming back. And that's what makes this even more heartbreaking.
We got back safe from the Grove because of you, Trianne. You're the reason the Flame Chase journey can continue.
It's true. She did save everyone's life.
Sorry. Trianne feels a bit dizzy. Why are we here again? For the same thing, of course. Remember? Tomorrow we will reveal the prophecies past to everyone.
The prophecies past.
But first, we need to restore the memories that have been blurred by the fragmentation. We hope to present the full truth to everyone without hiding anything.
That's the stuff with Kratos, right? Which again, like more than he even... I shouldn't say more than he deserves, because I feel like every single human, and not just humans, every single person, every single crisis here, everybody deserves to understand what the prophecy is, you know, and where their people are being led to. They deserve to, right? Even if we don't like Kratos, I think they deserve to know.
Since Yanis caused the fragmentation, we can only turn to another Titan or an X for help. Also, remember to get breakfast ready for Aggie before the lucid hour tomorrow.
Oh, Trina's my favorite. These three break my heart already. I want what's best for them at all times, at every second of the day.
Oh, on that note, we had better prepare some saffron before we meet with the Titan.
Some saffron?
Saffron? Ah, it's an essential offering for rituals in the Temple of the Three Fates. You think we shouldn't go to Orynyx empty-handed?
I mean, that might be no help, right? It shows a bit of respect, I guess.
Yes, it's also a symbol of Anaxagoras. If we are to replicate memories, we need to use something that has experienced those days.
So smart. So smart.
And when we first met Aggie, we added that to the porridge we made for her, and she really loved it.
Kill two birds with one stone.
I see. It's like
Yeah.
killing three birds with one
Three
stone.
birds, yeah, right, Trianne. Okay, I there's no favorites. I like them all. They're all adorable.
But it all depends on whether Orynyx is willing to help us. This could be a problem. After all, it was us who took the core flame from Yanis, from Orynyx's kin.
Okay, so there might be some bitterness there.
We will have to give it a try. If there's truly no other way. In our current state, we probably can't do anything to them. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So we probably can't do anything to them. Is that saying we can't do anything to... to the Orynyx? Maybe?
Leave it to Trianne. Trianne knows how to play cute.
Definitely. Definitely. But you're all adorable.
In any case, let's look for Saffron first. I hope there's still some left in the temple, untouched by Mikador's soldiers.
What, they were like taking all the saffron?
I remember that aged saffron is preserved in sealed jars. Let's be on the lookout as we go.
Is Trianne... Can she join our group? I'm guessing she can. By the way, the fact that we're looking for saffron, amazing idea for a quest, by the way. Amazing idea. Because again, I'm always a big fan of quests that are just like, hey, find these three things. I love in an RPG when like you start off and like, you know, it's like, I gotta go to the shop to buy some stuff for my family. You know, I love that stuff, like setting a tone. And here, like, it's like something so small, but it has big implications for their characters, wanting to help Aglaya, being respectful when it comes to Orynyx. They're also expressing the idea that, like, you know, the soldiers would also take this in large portions, so there might not be a lot here. I feel like, you know, Honkai Star Rail is so good at doing something very small that on the base level is just like a really cool, fun mission. Hey, just find some saffron. But on the larger level, it becomes a thing where it's like, it means so much, like, in just such a small phrase, right? As I said, helping, they want to make Aglaya happy. Aglaya likes that in her porridge. They love Aglaya. And also, it's to respect the Titan, because they want to be respectful and they understand that they took the Titankin's core flame. It's really, like, again, one of those things that, like, I love the writing in Honkai Star Rail. I love it. I love that everything means something, even on a smaller level. Because everything should mean something. If you're writing a story, I know, like, people say, like, not everything has to be... I think, like, everything should, like, even on a small level of, like, you know, someone raises an eyebrow during a scene. Some people might be like, well, you're reading too much into it. I don't give a damn. If someone raises an eyebrow when someone else talks, I'm thinking to myself, okay, so they don't always believe this character. And some of you might be like, no, you're reading too much into it. And it's like, I think, you don't have to read too much into it. I like doing that. I like reading into it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's fun that way. Everything, like, should have, like, a meaning. And I feel like Honkai Star Rail, everything does, from, like, the slightest step to the jabs that they have at each other, the jokes they make with each other. Everything has a meaning and, like, really adds to their characters, you know? And as we talked about there with the Anaxagoras and Phainon scene, that's a perfect example of that. Anaxagoras is a character who we perceive as very prickly. I think he is very prickly. He's a character who, like, is very arrogant, but he sensed the resolve in Phainon, you know? And that deep breath he did before he gave him all that information wasn't just like a thing that was a deep breath for nothing. It was to show that he's like, he won me over. You know, he won me over. And it shows that he actually has like some, not reasonable aspects to him, because I think he is a reasonable person already. We saw this stuff with the last episode. But it shows in that small moment that like, there's limits to his wall that he has up around himself, you know? There really is. And also with Phainon there, like something like, you know, even hear like stuff in his like voice, the way the voice actor portrayed him. This is something that is so passionately on his mind and in his heart when it comes to stuff, the black-robed soldier or warrior or knight. Like, I love that in Honkai Star Rail, every single tiny thing, to me, either adds to a character or adds to the story. I love it. I love it so much. Every single tiny thing does. It's great. I don't think the banner's not changed, right? 3 days. That's such a weird timing, isn't it? Well, I guess... No, it is a weird timing. I understand that the next banner is going to be a very spoilery banner. Which again, you guys I don't think you guys know by now I can avoid spoilers very, very well. I'm very good at it. But I know there's a free character. And I don't want to know who the free character is, by the way. We're going in as a surprise as well. Okay, so I think we can change our party member to... 100%. If we have a new character, we might as well use them, right? For sure. Very cool location. Is this the location we went in before with the other cast, or was that over there?
It's a dead end ahead. Turn back.
What? Would a Goliath be in the vision we're seeing now?
Aggie? No, it's an illusion.
Playing on something that obviously she cares about quite a bit, which is Aggie, right? Oh, we're using this freaking bomb as well. Really, really, really cute. Oh yeah, we're in the same place we were before. Yeah.
Wow, this room is huge.
It's gigantic, especially for little ones like you.
Trianne, did you? Yeah, I saw it. Was that a warning from Oryx?
What about this being a dead end?
What are you two whispering about? Treeby? Trianne?
What, Trianne didn't see it? Trianne didn't see it?
Trianne can't even hear her own telecommunication.
Stop. No.
Well, never mind. Trianne suddenly feels like this place is quite familiar.
That is so sad.
There's a whiff of safari in this room. It's
Oh
right over
no.
there.
That is so sad. It's terrifying and sad at the same time.
Over here. Follow Trianne.
So she legitimately can't.
Trianne, slow down.
So not only did she not see Aggie, probably, but she also didn't even see or hear them talking as they usually do, because the whole thing they have is that they're very much like connected at all times, right? Do we have to change this around? I think so. They're very much connected at all times. They feel each other's emotions. They when they're in pain and someone else feels in pain. If they lose that connection, and if Trianne is losing that connection, that just, man, they're about to do something really like either it's going to be the most uplifting story we've ever felt in our life, or it's going to be the most horrible, horrific story I've ever felt in my life. It's hurtling towards one of the two. There's like no in between.
Even if separation
My day.
is our fate, a futile death is not the solution.
What?
It appeared again.
This time it's mighty. And they said even if separation is our fate, a futile death is not the solution. Is that I wonder if both those things there, it's like this is a dead end, a futile death is not the solution. I wonder if it's kind of like pushing, if Ornyx is maybe even pushing the idea of like, don't sacrifice yourself for this, don't lose yourself for this. Whilst also we see Trianne clearly fading away. This is so heartbreaking, man. I'm even looking at Trianne and I nearly want to cry.
Right here. I summon thee. Oryx. Stir up ripples of past reverie.
Oh, and their excited voice as well.
Something's appeared. Wait. We should read it first.
To Mr. Wilcalm, for many years, Yianopolis has relied on the rose myrtle to obtain the boon of the gods. We've spent 5 or 6 years now digging out its roots and cutting back its branches. Now this red tree is on the verge of collapse, and has long since ceased to serve its purpose. Yet it still seeks to spread out its canopy and eclipse Yianopolis from the glorious rays. We have a secret plan to fell this tree. We just need to wait for the ceremony to make a small move. And the rose myrtle will slip and fall into the abyss. Yianopolis is built on a mountainside. There are more than a few cases of people who have lost their footing in its history. So, the rose myrtle to obtain the boon of the gods. It's a tree, I guess. So they're trying to get rid of the tree. Okay. As for the next sacred tree, we were planning on selecting another puppet. As for those rose myrtled... Oh, we'll call her Saffron for now? In my eyes, I think it would be fine to find an excuse to off Saffron. However, Codex the Acolyte is extremely insistent on raising her to become the next sacred tree. So that's why she was talking about branches as well? She's undergone related education since she was a young girl, which would have saved a lot of work on our part. As for identity as the daughter of Rose Myrtle, she's still young and has not grown wings. If you can just keep her grounded, the power of the Divine Oracle will remain tightly in our grasp. We both know that Saffron's most outstanding property is that it can be cooked in so many ways, put it in porridge, stewed, or fried. No matter how you cook it, this plant will be always a delicacy. This is disgusting the way they're talking about anyone, by the way. I want to make that clear. So is Rose Myrtle, I wonder if that's their mother, maybe? Like, the tree that came before them. Or it could just be like another person who was like in the prophecy. But not prophecy, but was like that was destined to be the tree in some way. The next sacred tree is going to be Tribios, that they're going to call Saffron, but they want to find a way to ground them so they can always have their power. This sounds a lot like a lot of the ways that they were trying to do with the Strife Titan, right? With Nicodor. The idea of taking these powers for themselves but making them grounded so they can control them. Yeah, the daughter of Rose Myrtle. She's not grown wings, but we can keep her grounded. So they're trying to make sure she doesn't grow anything past that. And calling her Saffron, it seems like a code word. Because it's like, you can use Saffron in so many different ways, which is such a disgusting way of phrasing it, right?
Wait, this is a letter?
What is happening?
It mentions something about Saffron and Tribios. Isn't that name...
Tribios?
Never mind that for now. Why is this letter here? And how did Trianne send
That's the
it?
thing, she ran right over here.
Could it be our lost memories?
Like a fragment of that drawing you there?
Is it possible that we were already noticed by Oryx and entered their trial?
Oh, so it's already the start of it?
But why haven't they said a word? Oryx has the whims of a child. Perhaps they're toying with us on purpose.
So that's an interesting thing we didn't hear about, that they have the whims of a child, so they're thinking of this as fun. Yeah, as fun in some way.
Come on, this isn't the right time to be playing games.
This is so... It makes me feel so nervous, right? What I got from that letter was that if we can, like, I just want to make sure I'm getting everything here again. Okay, I guess we're not. But like, what I got from it as well was that they had the power of Tribios was like it was like almost, how do you say it, like inherited from Rose Myrtle, which apparently was their mother. But basically, to keep the power of Tribios for themselves, they wanted to keep them grounded in a way. Instead of killing them, they wanted to keep them grounded so they could use the power for themselves. because the way they described it said they were trimming off parts of the rose myrtle before, and I wonder if that's figurative. I wonder if that is like a way of saying like we've been utilizing them in different ways, but now they've probably faded away, and now it's, you know, then passed on to Tribios in some way. The way that this has been called, if it is Ornyx messing with us, I think Ornyx is also like probably trying to send a message to Tribios to not go through with this, to not sacrifice themselves in this way. Because if Agi is appearing and saying it's a dead end, if Maide is appearing and saying like this is, you know, again along the same lines of like, you know, sacrificing oneself, I really wonder. And the way Trianne is going to be a character that breaks my heart.
Separation and death are two sides of the same coin. Reconciliation doesn't come easily for a mortal.
Separation and death.
Are these visions also fragments of the past?
That's Casterus. Separation and death. Oh. Separation and death. Is that talking about the separation of the 1 into 3? I wonder. This is such a I hope nobody takes offense. Any Trianne or Tribios fans take offense to this. I wasn't expecting after having such a great time with Maide, Phainon, and Casterus for Tribi to be one of the most, if not the most interesting character. Which is crazy to say because the characters in Amphoreus are incredible. They're incredible. But the fact that I'm sitting here being this might end up being the most heartbreaking and incredible story in all of Amphoreus just from the opening segments of what we're learning here. It's pretty incredible. It is.
Trianne, look what I found! Is this the safari?
The safari?
Coming! We'll take a look.
It really feels like there is a separation between Trianne, Tribi, and Trianne now.
But Trianne...
Oh no, you're kidding me.
There's nothing in here.
What do you see?
What? It was right in this
Oh
folio.
no. Oh god. This is gonna hit like a ton of bricks.
Huh? There's really nothing here. That can't be.
Jesus.
I swear I saw it.
This is gonna hurt, man. Whatever's gonna, even if it gets better, it's gonna hurt more than it gets better before it gets better.
I swear! Trianne is telling the truth. It was right there. Where did it go? Trianne, Tribi, why aren't you saying anything? Trianne
Oh.
can't seem to hear you at all.
Oh my god. I feel like I need to be prepared. I feel like I need to be prepped. This is already just really hard to watch.
We were just lost in our thoughts. Don't worry, Trianne.
This is so difficult.
What you saw was likely, Yanna's hair. We must have startled it away. Okay.
Oh my. It feels like they're losing a loved one right before our eyes and their eyes. This separation is too much, man, already. I don't know if I can do this.
Could Ornyx be trying to make us falter? But why would they do that?
And here's the thing, if it is Ornyx playing the trick on Trianne, I think it's also really hurtful because some people may come don't worry, it's just a trick to play by Ornyx. But I think it's definitely playing up our emotions of the idea of losing Trianne, right? It's definitely it's playing up that idea of Trianne being separated, and Trianne being the one that eventually would fade away due to what's happening here. It's playing on those emotions like crazy. I would be breaking down already.
Something feels off. Tribi, don't you think this temple is a little too quiet? What do you mean? It might just be an illusion, but Trianne wonders...
What do you wonder?
Is Ornyx really putting us through a trial?
Oh, Lord. Because I think that's like, to me, that's like... it's weird that that's almost a comfort, right? The Titan is putting us through a trial. It's a comfort because then you can have reasonable doubt in your mind.
Still no luck finding any safari. I suppose we can do without it. Let's try to convince Ornyx. At least they didn't toss us out straight away.
But you know what I mean when I say that? It's like... It's weird that that's a comfort, right? It's kind of, you know what it's kind of like? You know when like you hear a noise and you think it's like someone breaking into your house, but instead you find out that you rationalize in your head almost, you're like, oh no, you know what it is? It's just that weird drunk guy who like, you know, taps on people's windows as he walks by or something, you know what I mean? Whereas, well, that's still terrifying, right? That someone would even like go by people's houses and do that. But there's a weird comfort at least in knowing that it's not like what you think is even worse, which is Trianne losing herself. And I wonder if like, you know, like that's what Treeby's kind of feeling and where it's like, oh, like, well, Ornyx is playing a prank on us. Why would they do this? But Trianne is like, I can't hear anything. You know, the last time we came here, Ornyx was talking full blast to people. We heard the murmurs and the whispers of Ornyx. Again, even if it is a thing where it is a trial of some kind, even if it's a thing where this is not the case, we're still seeing a lot of fears played out right in front of us. Why is Trianne not hearing us? Why does it feel like she's fading away? It's really tough, man. It's a really tough thing to get through. Oh, it needs to be open our space time. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Jesus. Oh, here? Yeah, I made a mistake there. My bad. But at least look how fast Truvia is. Woo, zoom, 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 zoom. If they ever make a racing game, a kart racing game, she doesn't even need a cart. Everyone's in their car and she's just running by. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's super, super tough. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm bracing for the worst. I feel like my heart is like I can feel it like building a bomb shelter in my heart. I can feel my heart doing it down there. Like his little arms are coming out like with a bit of cement and stuff.
Look at this! So
Oh my god.
there are so many.
Trianne, this isn't good.
Trianne.
It's the same thing happened in our memory. It feels so fragmented. It's such a terrifying vision. It's such a terrifying visual. And the fact that Trianne was like, yeah, like look at this, it's so cool, you know?
It's really quiet in here. Do all Titans live in dark places like this?
Wait. These are Black Tide soldiers. Did they make it in here? Did the Black Tide reach here? By the way, this is one of the most amazing places in the entire game. The music, the presence of this area. It's so incredible. It's actually terrifying in a very awe-inspiring way. It kind of, you know, Shadow of the Colossus is my favorite game of all time. When I play that game, it's terrifying, but in an awe-inspiring way. It's so terrifying in such an awe-inspiring way.
What's going on? Ornyx.
I just thought it was the fog. I thought it was like, oh, like it's probably just some sort of fog they do and would draw distance. The Black Tide soldiers were there. Not long ago in Okema. Why are we leaving on that cliffhanger?
Are you saying that the black-robed swordmaster is not just tied to the Black Tide,
Oh.
but is also hunting for core flames
Oh.
everywhere.
It's a core flame hunter? Like, again, it's one of those situations where it's like such a sick story idea, but like makes them even more dangerous, right?
This is the most plausible possibility. First, it has a vessel that
Jesus,
can hold core
man.
flames. Second, I'm one of its targets.
That would make sense, I guess, you know, that they... And it also... Now that I think about it, who were the first two people they attacked when they turned around? Trianne, Castris. They didn't attack us first. They attacked the two of them.
Let's start with the first premise. Its peculiar ceremonial blade can interact with a core flame, as evidenced by the pull I felt when it stabbed into my chest. I hypothesize that the blade can sense, absorb, or even retain core
So
flames.
that's what it, like, it can like pull it out. Is that what the vision is then? Of, Phainon, the girl that Phainon was with. I think they gave us a name, right? Yeah. Remember that we saw like the chest with the sword in it, with the blade in it. Maybe they were drawing out a core flame in that moment.
The second premise is even more explicit. When it was engaged in fierce battle with many of us and was heavily distracted, it remained consistently focused on me. Or rather, on the Titan Circes inside me.
Right. So it's almost like Nemesis. I know it's not the same thing, but like, you know, Nemesis in Resident Evil 3, where Nemesis will only attack STARS members. In this case, like, this guy is like, this black-robed knight is aiming towards people with core flames. Which again, sorry, I want to correct myself. They attacked Castris and Trianne because they moved towards him and tried to attack him. They don't have, Castris doesn't have a core flame, right? I mean, I always get mixed up with that. I definitely always do get mixed up with that. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. But like, we're still the same premise here.
So it's plundering the flames.
Which is, yeah, crazy cool premise, but it doesn't make it any easier to swallow.
But if your argument holds up, wouldn't they be headed to Akama soon? The vortex of Genesis is full of the Titan's core flames.
Again, that worry. Or maybe it's like a justification for him to go after him as well.
Not necessarily. Let's call that person the
Flame Reaver.
If my presumption holds, that person has 3 targets.
And who's that?
The first target is me. The second target is
Wait.
Oryx, who hasn't yet fallen.
Wait.
And the third is Akama and the vortex
But-
of Genesis, where the core flames are
But-
housed.
Did they get to Ornyx? Because there was Black Tide soldiers there and Ornyx was gone. Oh my god. No. No. Did they already get to Ornyx?
But I suspect Akama won't be their first target. Kefali's core flame is guarded by the Council of Elders' arcane power. And Fagusa's water curtain should be able to block out any external.
So they're not going to go after this one first.
What about Thanatos and Aquila? Their core flames are yet to be restored.
The whereabouts of Thanatos remain a mystery
Yep.
to all. As for Aquila, can you fly?
No, I can't. Why are you asking?
Is he saying you can't reach Aquila right now?
Can that swordmaster fly?
He is such like a professor, right? Asking these questions rather than just telling him, you know?
Good point. But what if they do grow wings?
Which I think actually like is you know, he's probably trying to like, you know, it's just his personality for sure. What if they do grow wings? Is it, again, the reason, like, this type of question for anyone else would have been kind of crazy, but like, we do not know a lot about this guy.
If they had wings, I wouldn't have made it out of the grove alive.
Fair.
That's a relief. Anyway, since the Flame Reaver has 2 targets, we need to move fast.
With the distances between Akama, the grove, and These potential targets. I believe we should bolster our defenses
In
Bad news, Phainon. Treepy is missing. The last time the three of them were seen was in...
the way he said that as well, by the way, because obviously I think it's they left to go to. Oh, look at Phainon's face. Like they obviously the last time they didn't tell anyone they were going towards Ornyx's tomb.
The abyss of fate.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Stop. This is a horror movie. This is a horror movie. Do you see, again, like the urgency John Hong came in there, like the look on Phainon's face? Did he already get here?
Are you in here?
And Trianne just being so forward with this as well. Did he already get here? Did the Flame Reaver already get here?
No response at all.
That's terrifying.
Did they foresee that we were coming and hide in the
I don't think they were here at all from the start. This music is so, like, I don't know, it gives me chills. Oh no, please get out of here.
Treepy,
Yeah.
leave this temple.
Oh no, I actually want them to get out so badly.
Has other people in it.
Oh. Please leave, please leave.
What?
Run. Please. What are you looking at? What do you see?
Listen. Footsteps. Fast ones. 3.
No.
4
Run.
people coming this way.
Please. Please, 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 please.
Come on. We need to hide. Whoever they are.
My heart is pounding.
Let them see us.
Oh my freaking god.
Treepy, Trianne, come check this out.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Please. Leave. Leave.
Trianne feels like it's so
She can't even
familiar.
remember. Oh my god, she can't remember this. We talked about this at the Grove. Please, go. No, 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 no. No. Stop. Jesus freaking Christ, no. Oh my god, she stopped it. Fine. She's not doing that again. She's not opening the gate again, is she? What?
Treepy,
What? What?
see you tomorrow.
What? 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 What just happened? Why are... It happened so fast. You cannot tell me that she's gone like that. Whoa. Please. Somebody tell me that we can just find her and we can save her again. Please. This is so effed.
Where am I?
That's the 4 footsteps they heard. Please. I am begging this game so much.
Little gray, snowy, and wait,
Oh. Please.
We only saw the two of you collapsed on the side of the road when we arrived.
She opened up 2 passage gates at the same time. She sent him away again, and she sent them away again.
Danny and I looked around, but we couldn't find any traces of Lady Trianne.
Why are they doing this?
What about the black-robed swordmaster?
This is oh. When I said I would have to prepare for something being absolutely heartbreaking, I was thinking like 20 hours from now. I was thinking like 10 hours from now.
Blast it. Of course it's them.
Oh. This is so bad.
We were still too late. I fear something bad has happened to Orynyx's core flame.
Then Lady Trianne...
Don't even like.
She doesn't have much divine power left. We can barely sense anything.
So she's still here.
That you're both safe is already a blessing.
I get that, but we need to save her. We really need to.
Everyone, we must take action now. We should split into 2 groups. One group will stay in the abyss and meet up with Aglaya's reinforcements. Then search for Trianne's whereabouts. The other group will come with me to pursue the black-robed swordmaster and recover the core flame.
I care more about Trianne right now. I really do.
Do you know where it's headed?
I didn't get to tell you this before, but Anaxa and I already have our misgivings about the Black Tide, so we've made preparations. I'll tell you the details as we move. Opportunities are fleeting on the battlefield. We should hurry.
Oh my god.
Lord Phainon! Lady Treby and Lady Trianne. I'm glad you're all right.
The way they built it up too was so painful. They need to save her. I swear to freaking God. I thought she was gone for good. I thought she was gone for good in that moment. I don't think my heart would be able to take it, honestly, after the way they built it up.
Did Aglaya's people get here?
I don't know.
Yes. Lady Aglaya already knows about the situation and sent along a message. Phainon, I understand that swordmaster is of great importance to you. But if you charge in without a plan,
look at this.
I fear that you won't be the only one who dies in vain.
Aglaya being so smart here, because we kind of picked up on this too. I thought, and I'm not saying Phainon is bad for doing this, but it's very clearly, in my opinion, in his mind that he, I think would use this. I want to make it clear here. I don't want to say that he's using the core flame being taken or Trianne being gone as a excuse to go after the black sword, the black cloak swordmaster. I don't think he's doing that intentionally. I think that there could be a subconscious thing in his mind where he's like, I can use this, but he's not even thinking about it in that way. So I hope it doesn't sound like I'm saying he's being really insensitive to the plight of Amphoreus here. It's just that this might be a perfect opportunity to fulfill something that he's wanted to fulfill for a while.
I understand. Hatred is a
There we
hero's
go.
deadliest
There we go.
poison.
That's good.
I have no intention of fighting alone. If that swordmaster really is
Good.
related to the Black Tide,
Good.
the Chrysos heirs must not take them lightly.
Right, because I was thinking to myself that he would want to, that in his mind subconsciously he was using this as an idea to go after the black cloak swordmaster. But to me, this is like a really good thing that he's realizing that, like, this is not something to be taken lightly. Honestly, I'm very, very happy about that. Because again, as Aglaya said, you're not the only one who would die here. It would be everyone would die. Like a load of people would die.
I have indeed planned to return to the Holy City and discuss the strategy with Aglaya. We'll need all the help we can get for this encirclement.
Because that's what he said, right? He said when he was talking about the plans that they had. Phainon said, "We must take action now. Split the two, because Wonga was saying the Abyss and meet up with Aglaya's reinforcements, and then search for Trianne's whereabouts. The other group will come meet." See, here's the thing, though. Maybe I'm misinterpreting this, but it sounds like here he was like, "I'm going after the Black Robe Swordmaster now. You go to Aglaya." But now he's saying he's going to go meet up with Aglaya. Do you think that in his mind, for a second, he was a bit clouded and was like, "Let's just go after the Swordmaster"? Do you think?
Why don't we split up as previously discussed? Hyacinth and I will stay to regroup with the reinforcements. You go back to the Holy City with everyone else and tell Aglaya about your plan.
That's the thing. I think beforehand he was very much going after the Swordmaster. Like it felt like he was like very much like, come on, let's go do this right now. We have to take action. But I feel like once he heard Aglaya's words, he was kind of like, maybe, okay, let's go back. But maybe I could be misinterpreting it, but that's just my view anyway. I do think there's something subconsciously in him that makes him drawn towards the Black Robe Swordmaster. I was going to say Black Flame Swordmaster, which is honestly pretty sick. But like, that's what it makes me think anyway.
Trianne will stay in the Abyss too. That way, both sides can communicate with each other if anything happens.
You get what I'm saying? I hope it doesn't sound like I'm saying that he's bad or anything. I just think that it makes him such an interesting character that there's always going to be something subconsciously in him that wants to destroy this person.
Thank you, everyone. Partner, Treeby?
Partner? I'll be your partner. No problem. We're back to Stell's point of view.
We're back, Aglaya.
That was just to talk about that scene with Trianne just really quick, because we'll talk about all the end as well, of course. But I think that what was so powerful about that scene, was that we were watching Trianne kind of fade before our eyes. She was not all with us. But the way that I thought that it was building up to, I thought it was going to be a scene 10 hours from now where something terrible happens. So in that moment, it plays on your fears that we had through that entire dungeon. It plays on the dreams that Treeby had. So once you finally get to this moment where she says, "See you tomorrow," I thought she was gone. And it's not only just the emotions of like, oh, I'm going to miss Trianne, you know what I mean? It's also like what this would do to Treeby and Trianne, what this would do to Aglaya, how unfair it is. The fear that they built up in that whole scene was incredible as well. I was clenching my like chair, holding onto it, thinking about like exactly, you know, where this Swordmaster was. Because again, I as soon as I knew he was gone, the Ornyx was gone, and then the Swordmaster goes after Core Flames. It's like, that's it. And then they found the piece of fragment as well, the fragmented clothes. The Black Tide soldiers were there. Like, a massively built horror scene. Really.
You should have come to me first, Phainon.
That's the thing. See, this is what I'm saying. There is something in Phainon that is pushing him towards this. But I think he probably felt the urgency of the situation as well, in my opinion.
Aggie, there's no need to scold Snowy. Alchema is currently in grave danger.
Yeah.
I know. It's beyond my imagination that the only two titans humankind can still rely on fell in such quick succession.
Yeah.
I've never seen the golden thread pulled this taut, as if it could snap at any moment.
That's such a great way of saying it. Right now, the story with the Swordmaster and everything going on with like them attacking and when are they going to attack, the danger that they pose, it does feel like a rubber band that's like about to be stretched too far, a thread that's about to be ripped. It does feel that way.
Phainon, tell us your plan. Time is of the essence.
Phainon recounts Anaxagoras' discovery.
This being is not just hunting titans, but taking the core flames too?
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Yes. Just like the Flame Chase journey is doing. Professor Anaxa thinks the Flame Reaver's arrival is likely a sign the Black Tide has spread further.
They're doing such a fantastic job with the culmination of this Black Tide and how dangerous it's getting. Like, they're doing such a good job of this. Really. It feels like a serious threat.
Regardless of whether you're right, this being is still far more aggressive than we expected.
Oh, he's terrifying. This Swordmaster is absolutely terrifying.
But its madness is also an opportunity for us. If its goal is the core flame, then that means us humans can lure it into a trap.
So... Oh, wait. Do you want to use yourself as bait? No, not yourself. You don't have a core flame, right? It's,
Anaxa had already left the Holy City with Circe's core flame while we were on our way to the Abyss. So he can make preparations for the battlefield.
Are they going to use Anaxagoras to lure him out?
Tell me, what makes you think this won't end with us losing another core flame?
I adore the way that this scene is acted as well, by the way. Aglaia being so serious, so direct, very sharp with her words. Making sure Phainon knows we could lose everything in this moment. We could lose everything. Are you sure? Are you sure as sure can be?
Because this time, the power from beyond the sky is also at our side.
Oh my god, you talk about us?
She is the key.
Oh sure, we have the power of like 3 gods. You know? I knew it, of course. It's got to be me. Really, you're sure you can help? I have a Celeron. Can we pass it off as a core flame?
We need your other companion, too.
Well, Dan Hong, of course.
Mem, do you mean me?
I'm so sorry, Mem. When they said Beyond the Sky, I thought they meant Dan Hong. We definitely would need Mem. Yeah, I was thinking Beyond the Sky, Dan Hong. Of course we'll need Dan Hong. No, I thought they meant Beyond the Sky. Mem, of course we need you.
I see. Phainon, that battlefield you mentioned, is it Castrum Kremnos?
They can use Castrum Kremnos?
Yes. I'm sure everyone remembers the astonishing miracle our partner here performed with her companion during the battle with Nikador, and how they awakened Castrum Kremnos' past.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the stuff, the memories and stuff, yeah.
That will be the key to our...
Oh, look at Stella and Mem, look at each other.
We will use Orynyx's power to once again open a passage to the past and lure our enemy inside.
Phainon.
Then, we'll seal the Flame Reaver
Whoa.
in the maze of time.
Man, sealing the Flame Reaver in the maze of time. Like in the past. In a memory. It's a really cool idea.
Impressive. Orynyx has fallen, and Yanis's divine power already belongs to Arkema. Once we take back the core flame, the Swordmaster will have no means of escape.
It is a really cool plan. It's a really cool plan.
It's very clever, using the element of surprise instead of brute strength. Can you do it, little one?
Mem, what do you think? Confident Mem. Yeah. That's right, we can do anything.
Yeah.
Such enthusiasm. I'm glad to see you're confident.
Yeah, no, Mem is amazing.
By the way, the Council of Elders declared a state of emergency when Treeby went missing. Kainos and her following have heard tell of the incident at the Grove.
Jesus.
And are galvanizing support in secret. I fear she'll make her move before the next assembly of the citizens.
If she wants, I can get my bat and I'll make it a state of emergency for her if she wants. Like, Jesus Christ, this lady never stops. You know? Stella, get the bat.
What are they plotting?
That short-sighted politician likely believes the
Great way to
Chrysos
describe her.
heirs have outlived their usefulness and is making preparations for her next step. That ugly side of humanity is something we'll have to deal with.
She's all
eventually.
political. She's all political. She does not give a damn about the people. She's just trying to get power.
But that's a problem for another day. I've sent Casterus ahead to the council with a message. She should be able to keep the situation under control for the time being. Phainon, it is my hope that we can come to an understanding on this. We must take down the Flame Reaver in one go and retrieve the core flame. And in doing so, grant ourselves an advantage against the Council of Elders.
Yeah, we need to make sure they do not get into power. That she cannot get into power, Kindness.
Of course. You may count on me to
But it's
lead
interesting the
charge.
phrasing. She said, "Oh, it's changed." Okay. She said, like, I hope we can come to an understanding. So I think she does sense there's a little bit in Phainon that's a bit too urgent about this. You know, there's a bit too aggressive about this, right?
I apologize for tasking you to spearhead the plan once again, but Arkema is currently beset by enemies from within and without. The situation brooks no delay, and we have precious little time to confer and discuss the plan with you. That being said, you are the key to our success, and I shall respect any decision you make.
I mean, at this stage, like, I'm just saying this right now, Galea, like, I respect you quite a lot, but I also, like, would, you know, jump on a bomb for, like, any of these Chrysosayers. Like, and honestly, like, not only the Chrysosayers, but some of the side characters here in Okema as well. I'm willing to fight for Amphoreus for these people that I already care about quite a bit. How do you make sure the plan will work? I love these questions.
I may not be as masterful as Trianne when it comes to the Century Gate, but even I can open a nice big gate if I have enough
Even though she
time.
says a nice big gate.
As for whether we can take back the core flame, that will be up to Anaxagoras.
Right, so it's up to Anaxagoras in the end, okay.
Based on what I know of him, he can do it.
Me in the corner, yeah, I think he can do it. It's like, well, why do you think he can do it? He got like a pretty little nose. He got cute hair. No. Calvin, that's not what. What? We're all thinking it. No, we're talking about his power. Me too. No, not that power. Okay, sorry. You got this pretty little nose. No, Calvin, we're talking about like how he's going to take back the core flame. Yeah. The core flame is just a heart, in other words. No. Calvin, please. You're no longer allowed in meetings. Okay, fine. Guys, Calvin is back for a meeting for the first time in a year. He obviously made a mistake last time. He was talking about Anaxagoras in a way that wasn't conductive to the meeting. So, he's back now. Calvin, say hello. Hi, guys. Sorry about last year. It's okay. So, today we're talking about the plan to redevelop housing here in Okema. We want people to be safe and have better homes. Okay, Calvin, you have your hands up. I'm just saying he's a oh god. Shut up. Be quiet. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I need to go home. I'll see you guys. Actually, I'll leave the video playing for the rest of you guys and I'll just go. I think you guys have had enough of me, honestly. How do we guarantee my safety?
I'll be honest.
Oh, great.
I can't. But the Flame Reaver will have to step over my dead body if they wish to do you harm.
Never have I felt like I wanted to just like literally hug onto someone, like one of those, you know, like when you see like the koalas. Like, honestly, beautiful, so sick. Whatever Mem's plan is, I'll follow. I'd never be mad at you. You kidding
We are
me?
grateful to you for your aid, and to the rest of you as well. Now, let us be off to begin the hunt. May carefully sharpen our gaze and grant us victory over the enemy.
Sure. Feels like we're missing someone. Mighty? Castris? Don Hung?
You mean Mighty? He's dealing with a different problem. Don't worry. That man would never miss
Yeah,
out
no,
on
I
this
bet.
fight.
He's gonna show up and be the most heroic character ever lived. Honestly. Vortex of Genesis Okema? Speaking of beautiful.
Farewell.
My dear friend,
Ah,
you must lead us back.
the pressure on this man's shoulders, man. I'm telling you, like.
You and I, we're both the same. We feast on strife and fear.
If I could like meet Europon, honestly, I would love to just like say every bad word I could think of to him, you know?
If you're truly capable of leading our people beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it to me once
I have an
more,
irrational
mighty
annoyance of
Moose.
Kratos. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't. He makes my blood boil all the time. He makes my blood boil. Why is it that they seem to always find each other in their most dire hour of needs? You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like, you know, they can sense when each other are being upset and they like find each other.
I heard you're about to set off on an expedition.
I would also petition to have Maide cover himself up because I feel like it would be very distracting in every meeting.
That's right. It's going to be a tough battle, and our destination turns out to be Castrum Kremnos.
I would then also put myself in prison for making that law. So there's the duality of man. Yeah.
Is that why you're here? To pray to the dead Nikador?
The tone of his voice here as well.
No, just the opposite. I'm here to tell you, you can entrust the front lines to us this time. You can't afford to lose your upcoming battle either.
This is like so beautiful in a very Phainon Maide way. You know what I mean? Cause you know for a fact that like Maide's thinking of like, I gotta be out there. So for Phainon to know that and be like, bro, I got this. It's very, very beautiful to me.
Have you heard the story of Geocles the Mountain
No.
Breaker?
Sounds like you've spoken with Cartonus. That's the name of the legendary mountain dweller.
Is that
right?
the one with the Titan? No, that's not the Titan we liked.
Let's have a chat before we go our separate ways. Cartonus told me that back in ancient times, the mountain dwellers lived in seclusion. They spent their days quarrying and gathering, living a simple and peaceful life away from strife. But Geocles was different. He resisted their traditional way of life, yearning for the world beyond the mountain. They're safe, but humdrum culture was like fetters around
He wasn't
him.
a fan of it, I guess, in some ways.
He sounds a lot like you.
Well, like always uneasy, always like trying to like go against the grain.
Yes, that is why he too faced the same dilemma as I do. One day, during one of Geocles' many ventures beyond the mountain, he spied a battalion of Ladonians stationed at the foot of the mountain. The Ladonians were at war with their archenemies, the Companions, and they used the mountain as a base to carry out guerrilla warfare operations. When Geocles, who had taught himself the common tongue, approached a soldier, he learned a shocking piece of news.
And what's that?
Ladonians were planning to plant mines and explosives all over the mountain, and then lure their enemies within. With danger lurking with every step, the mountain dwellers' homes were no longer
Jesus,
safe.
man.
Geocles quickly returned to his village to bring the news.
This
to
is
the
always the
people.
way, right? It's always like people minding their own business and just living their lives, and someone's like, what if, like, you know, I make this their life hell?
Let me guess. And they refused change and chose to put up with the situation instead.
Interesting.
That's right. The mountain dwellers were fearful of even the smallest change to their lifestyle, let alone leaving their home. Despite the imminent war, the elders would rather negotiate for peace instead of leaving the mountains. This made Geocles both angry.
Is this
and
the whole
mad.
story about the idea of people being so stuck in their traditions and their ways that it ends up being a detriment to them?
But he didn't give up. If you were in his shoes, what would you
I would
have done?
campaign like crazy to get these guys to leave. Of course you would.
Lead my people on a resistance, perhaps. I'm not sure. I can't think of a solution.
And that's the thing, you're going up against people's beliefs and traditions. That's difficult. It's so difficult.
A solution that would make everyone happy, huh? That's how naive we are. Well, let me tell you what
Please.
Geocles did. He took the mountain dweller's store of gemstones and traded them with the Ladonians for a massive amount of gunpowder. But he didn't do this to fight the Companions. Under the cover of night, he set ablaze the forest surrounding the settlement, forcing his people to flee the mountain.
Very morally gray. Incredibly morally gray, right? The idea of destroying a forest to save your people.
That great fire marks the beginning of mountain dweller history. Since then, their people became part of civilization, and giants became a common sight in the Holy City. Meanwhile, that mountain they once lived in has turned into little more than foam inside the black tide.
Honestly, like, this. Oh, I didn't mean to skip it, sorry.
But leaving their homeland also brought many mountain dwellers misfortune.
Saying that there were going to be foam in the black tide, by the way, makes it sound like he was saying, like, well, if they stayed there would have been a blip on history. But they actually got to become part of, like, this new world. And it kind of sounds as well, in a way, like the people from Kremnos coming to Okema and becoming a part of Okema. But of course, they also, and as Phainon saying, they also had misfortunes. There is kids being bullied. There's people feeling like they're not at home. They're not being welcomed fully into this world.
They were hunted by Kremnoans.
Jesus.
Or enslaved. Indeed. That is undeniably also part of their
That's the
history.
thing. It's so crazy how, like, you know, that's why I always said, like, the idea of the Kremnoans being like these warriors who come face to face with you is very toxic to me, because, like, I always likened it to someone, like, on a night out walking up to somebody and, like, just slapping them and then going, come on, let's fight. And it's like, I don't want to fight. And it's like, I am honorable. I slapped you face to face. And it's like, dude, I don't want to fight. Like, it's not an honorable fight if one side is, like, getting slaughtered, you know? That's not honorable. It's like, just because you do it, like, what do they do? Like, someone's, like, picking flowers and they go, okay, let me grab you by the shoulders and turn you around. Now, I kill you. It's like, no, like, you were killing someone who clearly didn't want to fight back, you know?
But that is Geocles for you. The merits of his actions, or lack thereof, have been scrutinized by many. Historians nevertheless hail him as the Mountain Breaker. Why do you think?
Because he changed history in some way. But no, this is such a great analogy. Even if it is one of those things where you can point all the bad stuff that happened, all the good stuff that happened, all the terrifying stuff that happened, it does definitely directly relate to my day's struggle right now, 100%.
It's simply because he took action and enacted change with his own hands. He didn't try to make everyone understand him, nor did he even waste time trying to make everyone happy.
Honestly, this is what I want for Phainon. I don't want him to try and make everyone happy. Not Phainon, my day. I want him to make the decision that he believes is right. I really do.
He started a great fire and burned the shackles of tradition to
Wow.
ashes. Then forced everyone to march toward the coming of a new era.
No, legitimately, like, this is 100% my day's story right now. The Kremnoans are shackled to tradition. They 100% are.
You've made up your mind.
I'm supporting my day. If this is what I think it is, and my day is going to go against the shackles of tradition, I'm on his side. Now, I'm not saying you should start a fire in a forest, but you know what I mean? I think it's symbolic. The fire in the forest is going to be something that maybe, like, draws the Kremnon people to, like, stay in Okema or something.
I'll be leaving Okema soon to fight the great darkness of this world. And to shoulder Nikidor's destiny. So,
what?
Listen well. If there comes a day when we meet again on the battlefield, and I stand opposed to the flame chase.
So did I get this wrong entirely? Is it he by himself is leaving Okema, or is he leaving with his people then? Because he said to shoulder Nikidor's destiny. He's actually going to take the destiny of Nikidor? He's going to keep it. Because I thought the way he was talking here is he was like trying to, like, not make everyone happy. Like, he was going to, like, maybe go against them. And maybe that's what they were trying to make you think as well. That he was going to go against the shackles of destiny. Maybe I'm getting this wrong, but...
Remember to stab your sword into my back through my 10th thoracic vertebra. That's my weak spot. And the only way to kill me.
He's saying if we were ever on the opposite side of everything else. Because that's what he's saying here, right? That's like, if we're ever on the, if I ever stand against the flame chase. I don't like this, man. He's leaving? He's basically telling Phainon, by the way, to stab him in the back. He's saying literally stab me in the back to end me. He doesn't want to fight Phainon, but it seems like he's like doing something that's not going to make him happy.
You have
This
my
is
word.
brutal. What the? I didn't expect this at all.
Go now. The battlefield calls. Send that flame thief
Oh,
and
I'm giving him
hyena
the
to their
support
death.
too as well. And I love that Phainon didn't push back on this as well, because he knows that this is something that Maiden has thought about for a long time. And questioning him now, I think, would be very, very unfair. Even if we disagree with his decision, it would be very unfair to question Maiden right now.
If you find yourselves with no other recourse, pray to that blade in the sky.
Is he literally saying if you can't do anything else, then pray to then I come and save you, basically?
Loudly call out the name of the new god.
Almighty. I don't want this to be this way.
That's the sound of an all-out war.
What?
Not the kind of ruckus Professor Anaxa can raise
So there's a
on his
battle
own.
happening right now?
Let's hurry. The battlefield is just ahead.
Yeah, this is guys, I know there's a battle going. This is a perfect place to end it because we're about to get into more stuff 100% as well. I kind of like want to understand what happened there more. Honestly. But I think it's honestly intentional what they did there. I think maybe they were trying to make it seem like, because maybe I'm interpreting it wrong, but it seems like when he was like talking about like not making everyone happy, maybe he's talking about not making himself happy or something. Because it sounds like he's taking up the destiny of Nicodor. And I don't know if that's him just taking the core flame or accepting the core flame, but he says he's leaving. And he said he could be on the opposite side of the core. So I wonder if he is leaving with his people. I wonder if he's taking that pressure that they put on him, and instead of doing what's best, what he believes what was best for him, he's almost like making a sacrifice himself to like make the Kremnoan people happy. Is that the case? I'm gonna go here again, by the way, because I think there's a mission in here as well, by the way. There's a mission right through this door. See, now that we're in the mission, she's back. Yeah. Very, very interesting the way they do that. I think that's what's happening there anyway. I was so hoping that he would, not leave, but it seems like he's leaving. You know what's so funny? My controller has drift, but the only game I notice in it is Genshin. I wonder if it's because Genshin's, movement is so fast, you know, in terms of like its characters. I don't know. If I can just see what he said here again. I'll be leaving Okema soon to fight the darkness of this world and shoulder Nicodor's destiny. Okay. Wait, no! If there comes a day when we meet again in the battlefield and I stand opposed to he's not saying he's leading his people again into Nicodor's destiny. Is he saying he's gonna fight the Black Tide? No. Is that what he's saying? Oh my god, I interpreted that completely wrong. I thought he was saying like I'm leading people into like Nicodor's destiny. I'm gonna take back Kremnoa, or Castrum Kremnos, I should say. Nicodor's destiny is fighting against the Black Tide. It's like he's going to fight the Black Tide and possibly by himself. And Maiden was very accepting of this. And I wonder if it is just because he's... Maybe. I'm thinking, I wonder if it's just because he knows that he's thought about this for so long and he doesn't want to question him in these moments here, and maybe he thinks that, again, he could succeed. But he said if I'm ever opposing the Flame Chase journey, that to me sounds like a corruption of some kind, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Let's talk about this episode, guys. to me, like an absolute, once again, just like one of my favorite episodes I got to do in this game. We basically like had a very Tribe heavy episode here. And the Tribe heavy episode came with one of the most well-written but heartbreaking ways of telling a story here. And I think what they did here was have a character that like was already like explained to us as being somewhat sad, which is the three fragments of Trebios, Trianne, and Trianne. The reason why they were sad is because we heard that they basically have a reverse aging thing where every time the gate is used, they'll lose power and lose more and more power. And they have set this up so incredibly well where every time Trianne uses a gate, it is a terrifying thing for people around her. It is something that people take notice of, like, oh my god, don't do this again, because we don't want to lose you. And I think that's 100% like how they're setting it up. We had this vision that Tribe had where in this vision she assembled like the three fragments of herself and she put them on a scale, and it basically like made the whole thing work. But that vision became very dark and destroyed and distorted, because I think that like what they were trying to say there was, when they said there'll only be one left, it seems like they're saying at the end of this journey there might be only one fragment left after everything. Does that mean she could also lose Trianne as well? Because the thing is, she said before, if Trianne uses up all her power, then that power will go to one of the responsibility will go to the other fragments. And it's interesting that like they mentioned before, like that idea of goodbye, the idea of saying goodbye. Tribe says all she kind of like wants in this situation, not to lose basically what is like kind of like her sister at this stage, a part of her, but it's to also be like, you know, I want to be able to say goodbye if it does happen. And I think it's such an important and beautiful sentiment that they have in this game, honestly. It's also very like dark in a way too, because then obviously like these Tribe, Trianne, and Trianne went to Ornyx's temple. And again, this is one, I can't overstate how amazingly written and built up, and the atmosphere, the tension in this was so freaking incredible. What they did here with the story of Ornyx being gone, like, is a proof of why this game is so unbelievably well written. It's so incredibly well written. Because we had this conversation with Tribe and Aglaia, and it showed how Aglaia cares so much about Tribe and Trianne and Trianne, even to the point that she suggested she goes have like a normal life. But the way Tribe is talking about this is, I can't return. We're heading towards this, and there's no going back now. And that's true for them. And that Ornyx Temple was a perfect example here. But the way that again, like, I want to say why this is so amazing, why this is so well written. By talking from the end point to reverse, if I can. We ended up here with the Flame Reaver attacking the three gals in an empty space where Ornyx was no longer there, right? Just take that, and then we reverted back to everything before, and we had Trianne basically saying, see you tomorrow, which to me felt like a goodbye almost, not knowing what was going to happen next as she made two gates at the same time. The reason I want to go to here first and then go back is because I think it shows how like well built up this whole scene was, and how they made the tension so intense, and how they made it into a horror scene and a very emotional scene. We went into this dungeon and we couldn't hear the voice of Ornyx, and they said this themselves. We can't usually hear a murmur. We see visions of our memories of our past. Trianne can no longer hear us. Trianne can no longer hear the other two characters, and she no longer feels like she's even like fully with this world right now. They find notes and documentation of the idea of like how keeping going into this temple is basically like, you know, how they would like what their purpose was, and also like the visions were telling them that like, you know, self-sacrifice and all this stuff, like going further into this is going to lead to doom. This was so well built as well with the Trianne stuff, because throughout this whole scene, it felt like watching someone like fade. It felt like watching someone kind of lose their sense of reality. Watching Trianne going around the place, seeing stuff that wasn't there, sensing things, no longer being able to talk with the gals. It felt like she was like unintentionally on the outside of their group now. And it was, you can go back into the video, you can see how heartbroken I was already, how painful it felt. And I thought like 10 hours from now, we're going to have a heartbreaking scene, just something to do with Trianne. Like it felt like something was happening there in that sense. And then of course, as I said, they couldn't hear the voice of Ornyx. We walk into the final area of this whole place. And by the way, not hearing the voice of Ornyx was a really powerful thing too, because they were like, hey, maybe this isn't a test. And you know how good that is as well? They made us do the test of Ornyx beforehand. We heard the voice. The murmurs were everywhere. Ornyx had no problem communicating with us because she knew how dangerous this was. When we ventured deeper into this place, what did we see? Black-tide soldiers dead everywhere. We didn't see Ornyx in the distance at all, right? And then you had this panic because it's like everything's too quiet. Where is Ornyx? We found this piece of this fragment and oh my god, we can hear these footsteps. There is legitimately a feeling of like, what is about to happen, to the point that I was screaming, get out of here. And that's how well built this is. All these things coming together in one moment. Then we had the panic of like, Treebee's gone. And the core flame is gone. This utter panic of like, and also building up as well through the episode with Phainon and Anaxagoras talking to each other like about the flame reaver, how dangerous they are, how terrifying they are, what they're after. They're after core flames. All this stuff like built up into that one scene that went, what really made it heightened, what this bubbling feeling, what made it overboil and explode for me was the moment when she found that fragment of the flame reaver's clothes. Because you know what that means as well. It's playing on the stuff you already know. You know that Ornyx would speak to you during a trial. You know that this means that the Flame Reaver is nearby. You know if Ornyx is gone, that means something dangerous is happening. You know if there's Black-tide soldiers everywhere. You know as a player that something crazy is about to happen. So all you can do is stand by and watch as the Flame Reaver jumps out of nowhere again. Panicking, I was. To this moment where she creates it seems like she created two gates, sent her sisters out of one, and sent the Flame Reaver out the other, and then said, see you tomorrow, in one of the most heartbreaking scenes ever. I cannot express enough how well built that scene was, how the emotions felt even more powerful because of everything that came beforehand. And how shocking it was because I didn't expect him to do it there. But there seems to be a chance to still save her. And that's my feelings on the whole stuff with Trianne. It's heartbreaking. It's so sad. It's so gut-wrenching. It's so sad. It's so sad, but it's also like one of the most well-built scenes in terms of tension and fear and horror. It was really, really great. And then we had on the other side of things, we had the scenes with Anaxagoras and Phainon. And I think, again, my view on Phainon is that he's a character who truly like cares about people, wants people to be saved in Amphoreus. But I think there's always going to be a tinge in him that like is always like, I kind of want to take down this Flame Reaver. I want to be able to take him down. And Anaxagoras could sense this. I think Aglaia could sense this a little bit too. But at the same time, I feel like they still trust Phainon as someone that is very good at what he does, and there's no reason to like kind of like look at him as anything less than like someone who's someone you can trust. So we had this like really awesome scene between him and Anaxagoras, just talking about like the Flame Reaver going after the core flames. Where they could possibly go next, why they would attack a certain place, and why they are doing this, relating it back to possibly the idea of like what happened when they stabbed Phainon's companion in the chest. There's a lot of stuff here that really like plays up on the stuff you already know and like giving you some new information in the future. And I think it makes Phainon's character so interesting. The fact that like I'm not crazy, am I, to see that Phainon said in one scene like, let's go after the Flame Reaver right now. We have to take action. But then as soon as he heard about Aglaia, he was like, let's go back and talk to her. Because even Aglaia was like, you should come talk to me first. And I think that's a really interesting character trait. He's a heroic hero. He's the guy in the 50s movie that you followed that became the famous actor who would act in 20 different heroic Greek epics. But he's also a character who was traumatized by what happened to him when he was younger. And now, as I said in the past, this Flame Reaver being real and tangible and in our face, it's hard to deny those emotions that you have in you as well. I said it like on a bad analogy, but it's like, yeah, when you stop talking to your friend, it's easy to not care about them for a bit. But then when you actually have to see them, it hurts even more. It might be easier to put the Flame Reaver in the back of your mind, but when you know the Flame Reaver is out there right now, is it much easier then? So the plan basically is that at that point is to trap the Flame Reaver in the memory and leave them there after taking the core flame. It's a terrifying plan, but it honestly is a really cool plan at the same time too. I love seeing Aglaia in action as well, by the way. I love seeing her be kind of like the leader in those moments too. But yeah, a very terrifying episode in that sense. And then we ended on what I think is Maide saying he's going to fight the Black Tide, as Nicodor did. But what's so crazy about that is like Nicodor lost, right? And then he said to Phainon, like, if you ever see me on the battlefield opposing the Flame Chase journey, you can stab me in the back. Basically saying that, like, I don't want to be opposed to you. And that's what leads him to believe that he's thinking he might go mad with this Black Tide stuff. Because that's what happened to Nicodor. Nicodor then opposed the Flame Chase journey, right? Man, if that's the case, that is and I think if that is the case, I think Phainon didn't go, like, didn't say, like, no, please don't, because I think he knows how tormented he's been about this decision already. Because I feel like if he was going to lead his people against the darkness, he would say, I'm going to lead my people against the darkness, you know? But he said, I'm going to take up the destiny of Nicodor. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing it as. You all might have a different view, and please let me know what your different view is. But that's what I see right now. Yeah. What are my feelings on that? I would grab onto his leg, like, legitimately not let him leave. But I wonder if there's so much trust in Maide as well. I don't know. Maybe he thinks Maide will come to a different decision. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe it is just like, you know, something I'm totally getting wrong. Because to me it sounds like like the idea, if you're talking about Nicodor's destiny, it's him, you know, being on the front lines.
Will you be joining us? Then it's settled.
It just seems to me that he's taking on. I'm not saying that he's gonna die or he's gonna go mad. I think he's taking on this. I think it does two things in my mind. If he's fighting the darkness like Nicodor would, that means it does make a decision for his people. It does break the shackles in a way, because they won't. I guess, does it though? Because I was thinking that maybe they wouldn't. No, maybe not. Because they still might want to turn to. But no, it takes him out of the equation, right? Because if he's not there to lead them back, then they're going to have to stay here, no come out. So maybe, I don't know. It's a very interesting story, but that's what I'm getting from it, is that he is going to fight the Black Tide. Because that's what we said with the darkness. Just like Nicodor did. But then that makes me worry about everything besides that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. You guys can tell me, like, your interpretation. But guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you so much for supporting me. This has been a really dramatic and kind of like scary episode, but it's been great at the same time too. I want to say thank you to everyone who watches this series and everyone who supports this series, and thank you guys for always, like, sticking through with it. It's so awesome to see you guys still here, almost a year through the Honkai Star Rail playthrough, and we're still going. I will say as well that if you want to see these episodes early, this episode came out on Monday. So you want to see the episode on Monday, you can see it on Monday. Next week, I would say, will come out on Tuesday, like it depends on the week, right? But still, and if you want to do that, you get for €1 or $1.50 or $1.60, I think it is, on Patreon and on YouTube memberships, and you get that and all videos, basically almost every video early, because sometimes videos won't be early. Like for example, sometimes videos just be on time, but that's usually out of every video and every month. It's usually only like 3 or 4 videos that aren't early, but every Honkai Star Rail video is early. So, and I will say also, thank you so much to my patrons at the tier here. You can see on the screen that's scrolling by. That is the €10 tier or the $12 tier, I think it is. But you can get your name on the screen if you want to have your name in the credits as well. And also, I get to read out your names at the €15 tier as well, which is Tythar 2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, You, Anusta, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Liam, High Kasperian, Jared Beanman, Neo Sharite, and the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lucinagi.